evening. Granddaddy coming here at you. Got a little quick funny story I want to tell you. I'd forgotten all about it till one of the kids reminded me, but back when I was a young man, still trying to farm a little bit, and we had one farm over there had about a 40-acre field on one side that we tended with row crop, and then it turned off down into a holler, and it went down through a creek, and it was pretty woody through there, and come up on the other side and had some big pastures, and we had a bunch of cows over there. Not a whole bunch, there was probably 25 cows over there, and we raised a few calves, man. But anyhow, we had it, it was fenced separate to keep the animals out of the field until we got ready to put them in there. Had corn in that field that year, and it was long in, I guess, June. Anyway, we had some early making corn, I believe it was some old DeKalb 65, I believe, but got lucky and it made good corn that year, made real good corn, and it was thick and done real good, and then big old ears of corn sitting out there on every stalk. And there was a older gentleman that lived coming in from the back way to that field. They lived not too far from me, and he called me. It was on a weekend, I don't remember what day it was. It might have been Sunday, I don't know. Probably was if I wasn't already working, but he called and said, "You got cows out in the cornfield over here." He said, "I figured you'd want to know because they're going to mess it up. We're going to get them out there." I said, "Yes, I appreciate it. I'll get right on over there." And they were gentle cows, the kind you can go through there with a pickup truck and shake a sack of what we used to call cowboys, old cow range pellets, and they follow you anywhere, But in that cornfield, the only place you could go was around the edges of the field. Everywhere else was too thick. You couldn't drive through it like that without tearing it all up. It was wall to wall of corn. And them cows were scattered all over it, and so my wife's parents happened to be there that afternoon, and so I asked my father-in-law to ride over there with me, have him get them cows back in. It won't take but a minute. I said they probably pushed the gate open or something. I don't know what it was. And so we went around there and got in, went all the way around the far edge of the field, come back around there to the gate, and sure enough, they pushed it just far enough for me to come through at one at a time, and they wasn't near all of them. They was about, I don't know, 7, 8, 9 of them maybe in there. And they hadn't been in there long. They hadn't messed up much, but I sure didn't want all of them to get in there and didn't want to leave those in there. And so I had 3 or 4 horses and there were them cows on the pasture side, and had some catch pens over there, and 2 of them were just young horses, and one was a mare, pretty good sized mare. She's some kind of quarter or something, but she done pretty good if you had a good hold of her. She's what I call one of them about half and half horses, she was about half good, what I call, which meant she was good. About half the time she was good, about half the time she wasn't. And you never knew which half you was going to get. But anyhow, I told him, I said, I'm going to drive over into the cow pen and see, usually some of them hanging around there, and I said, see if I can get one of them horses and come over here. I didn't have no saddle, I didn't have no tack, I had nothing with me. But she happened to be the one that come to me first, and I had some old hay string in the back of the truck, and back then we didn't have that plastic string like we got now. We had old sisal string, kind of old big stuff like made out of grass, and I took some of that and kind of wrapped it together and put it on there and made like you would a rope halter kind of, and wrapped it around her nose there and put me a line on one side there I could ride her with. and got up there on her bareback. Now, this was a long time ago, back when I could do something a little bit, and so we went back up there to the gate, and I said, now, if I get them coming this way, you hear them coming, I said, open the gate. I said, if I'm lucky, most of them will be together, we can get them together, and then, you know, if I never get them going, they'll come on up here, because they know the way in there. And so it didn't take too long before I rode off out there, and no mare was doing good. She doing plumb good, especially not having no rigging on her at all. And so got out there and found them and got up there to the gate, and they all just trotted right on through that gate, all but one old cow. And she whirled off and went back down into the field. And I said, well, just watch them here. I said, I'm going to go see if I can drive her up. She ought to come pretty good. She ought to be wanting to get back to your cows in a minute. She found out she's by herself. So I went back down in there, and there was a little old bitty lane went through the middle of the cornfield there, not a road, but just a lane where we had a split place in there between two different kinds of corn that we planted. And on one side, the side next to where the gate was a pretty good grade going up that side there for just a little ways, and it turned off, and so you could stand on the hill, you could kind of see out across the field. That corn was up, you know, pretty tall and pretty thick, so you couldn't see nothing much but the corn shaking. But so I got down there, and that crazy cow, she went all the way to the far corner. So I got in there and found her, turned her around and started back. Well, she went on, you know, just trotting on back like she had been, and sure enough, she was going right on back out. And so I was just letting the old mare walk along there, because like I said, we were going through that corn, it was thick. My knees was just right to hit every ear of corn I come to. They were all set in the same spot, and there just wasn't no way to quit, you know, so I wanted to go kind of easy to keep from beating my knees on that corn any worse than I had to. And so it was coming along there, and I don't know, all of a sudden, I got the other half of her. And she took off, decided she wanted to go back to the cow pen, and all it right now. And so, at that point, I was just riding. I wasn't riding, I was just a passenger. And like I said, I had that hay string on, and I couldn't pull her head around. And boy, we was tearing that corn up. I mean, corn was flying everywhere, beat my legs to pieces. I believe if we'd had another 100 yards to go, I'd have been crippled. And I got fairly close up there and started hollering, open the gate, open the gate. Because I didn't know what she got. I said she'd get up there and run into that gate or slam on brakes at the gate, you know, and get me hurt. And so about the time I busted through that corn, he laughed about that thing forever, but he said that mare come through that corn like she was breathing fire. Both her eyes rolled back in the head, she was wide-eyed, and he had swung the gate open. When she flew through that gate and went down that hill, and she got right to the creek and put on all four brakes. Well, I went in the creek, and all she did then was just walk on off and went up there to the catch pen, waiting on somebody to take the halter off of her. But my partner-in-law laughed at me about that thing for years, about gathering that corn off of that horse bareback, and I sure knocked a bunch of it loose. And I'm going to tell you, my legs, I was sore for a week running through that whole wide, just as hard as she could go tearing that corn down. But he always asked me after that, if we want to gather some more corn with a horse. But anyhow, I just want to share that with you, and he had a big laugh at my expense, and didn't nobody get hurt. And we got the cows back, so that was the main thing, I reckon. I'm signing off now. Y'all come see us, give us a like and a share, and subscribe if you will, and we love everybody. Come see us.